pointed out, he underperformed. And Danking in this lineup, ever since he joined them, has been the highest rated player in that TYLOO lineup. You can't forget that, right? So if Danking does show up to play, it's not going to be that easy for D13. For me, I still believe, I don't know about you, Dink, I still feel like TYLOO is going to be the winner here. But for me, it's about how they win. Because tomorrow, it's the El Clasico of Asian CS. It's going to be Vici and TYLOO. And Vici look more than ready to handle whatever is going to be thrown their way from the side of TYLOO based on the win over Lucid Dream earlier today. But for TYLOO, big question mark. That's a problem with TYLOO. They can struggle. They lost to BTRG a while back. They lost to D13 as well. They play at the level of their opponents, and that is either it can be a good thing when they're playing against, you know, much better teams than them, but it can also be a terrible thing when they're facing off against teams, well, to be honest, they have no business losing against.
Well, yeah, I think it's kind of what TYLOO is going to show up. And again, it's I don't think anybody will be able to predict this. You know, you can have Mystics and all these people that can sit there and try and predict the future, but I don't know. TYLOO just seem so unpredictable, even from round to round. I think yesterday we seen Dan King show up, and he looked good in the pistol round, and then just kind of fell flat for the rest of the game. So we'll see if that's the case. I think Dan King has to show up here, especially on train. This was a map he was very quiet on. If you remember back to the CT side, with his AWP, he was mixing a lot of sitter shots in towards the bomb site. So yeah, I'm expecting big things from Dan King. We know what he can do, and I know he'll have 2 bad days in a row.
2 bad days in a row. Well, let's see if that happens. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. For that matter, I don't think I've even seen Dan King have 2 bad maps in a row. To be very honest, I love the campus. I always love the campus of PGL. I always wonder, like, you know, imagine you're given the job of finding all these cool little angles and camp pads. Like the amount of fun you'd probably have just flying around trying to make things look so very cool. But yeah, just reading up train. All right, let's. Ooh, that was sick. I love that. I know I've seen that on other maps, but that was very, very slick indeed.
Yeah, it was. I'm loving these.
They're showing off at this point, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just showing all of them off. I love how everybody is wearing the same outfit. It's good to see. I think within the Valve tournaments, you can actually just sort of like have an agreement that everybody can use the skins, but you're allowed to use them in the Valve tournaments. They're not turned off. And well, we get into things. It's going to be D13 on the T side of Trin. TYLOO over here on the CT side. It's going to be the kit for Summer alongside the Smoke. And the rest of the team with Kevlar. D13, well, a little bit of utility on Tamir alongside Rit, but the rest on Kevlar themselves, and they'll be looking to go straight over towards the brown holes of 3 players. 2 down in towards T-Con. While TYLOO currently setting a boost up. A little bit of damage being done early on. Somebody taking just a tad, but Summer is going to start things off with a headshot.
Yeah, here they come charging in, though, slowly. Spots a player, spots a second as well. Now he knows 2 players on the bomb site. Now he knows it's 3. There's a lot of information gleaned by slowly, just like, you know, just staying alive. He doesn't need to really over-aggress. They have the smoke and the kit. And for the T's, no nades, no incendiaries. As Danking's going to find score. And one by one they fall. Not a single trade going their way yet. A flank coming in. Somebody is going to get caught out by Tamir. And no one's looking his direction. Where are the comms? Slowly's jumping around. Tamir is going to get the kill, but he's all alone. It's a 1v1 attacker. I think just going to be sticking this is going to be Summer. I'm sorry, attacker trying to slow him down. Is going to do one better. He's going to get the kill. It looked a little messy. And a nice attempt from Tamir with the flank. But TYLOO, well, they land the shots. They win the round.
I'll be investing into the M4s for Mass Scout and play here for Dan King. D13, well, what's the decision behind their buy here? You know, you get a chance to pull out everything you could possibly want in terms of the AKs, but instead they're going to save most of their money. They're going to go for the Deagles and play PT50 and a flashbang. Not a whole lot invested here for D13. I haven't seen a default knife in Counter-Strike in so long.
I have a default knife.
Really?
I got scammed one butterfly a while back.
That's sad. How did you fall for it?
It's one of those one of the websites where, you know, you can trade up a skin and whatnot. I'm like, oh, okay, this. I'm not gonna name any sites. I'm like, oh, this. I looked at the name. I'm like, yeah, this is a legit one. I cross-checked with my friend. I'm like, this is legit, right? Because I do a bunch of trading, and he's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, cool. And I go to the site, do whatever I have to do to just upgrade it. Oh, this is a pretty good deal. That should have been a telltale right there. But I'm like, oh no, this looks like a good deal. And turns out, instead of the O in the name of that website, it wasn't an O, it was an O with the umlaut on top. You know, the 2 dots on top.
Yeah.
and rip knife. And ever since then, I just haven't had the heart to buy another knife. I'm like, no, play. You deserve not to have a knife. You're just terrible.
Yeah. Oh well, that's a sad day.
You know what's funny though? Somebody taking. Look at how deep is pushed into
I know,
Ivy.
with a Mike 7 as well. Of all
What a
guns.
nutcase.
And he gets 3 kills as well. This is what we've seen from them on train. This is why it was exciting to watch TYLOO on the CT side for the most part. We had to watch the T side through utility to stop somebody from pushing Ivy from the CT side. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult, I feel, for D13 to deal with this. For the most part, Invictus kind of got a tabs on how they should be dealing with it. But if you're not really playing TYLOO consistently, then you'll start to realize very quickly that Ivy is a no-go area.
Yeah, and also you got to remember that the TYLOO they beat a while back, that was a TYLOO fresh back from EPL that also only pretty recently added Danking and Slowly in that lineup. So they were still trying to figure out how they're going to be playing it. This is a different TYLOO. This is a TYLOO who smashed, and I mean completely annihilated, no pun intended, Vici on train, which is a mapping, and Vici just looked like absolute fools. And I do believe that was the Pro League qualifiers, which TYLOO won without dropping a single map. Now, they have shown that they are mortal here so far. They lost that series to Invictus, where Danking underperformed quite a bit. But I think it'd be mad to assume that TYLOO won't be, ending this entire group stage, at least in the top 3 position.
Somebody this time over towards the B-bomb site, looking to try and get close up and personal with a Mike 7. He was playing close in towards the ramp at the start of the round, and he's going back there now as well. 35 seconds from it. Somebody peeking in towards the bottom of the ramp. They look to come towards his position. He's finally going to be overrun this time from Heaven. Rit able to take him away. Now slowly going to patch up the hole, but it's not happening. D13 have taken the bomb site. We'll get the bomb plant through, and they've also got a man advantage into this post plant.
Scout as well, thinking this is not the ideal weaponry. Now, Summer Attacker would have a lot of work to do. Also, just want to point out, that was a kind of a rough hold towards Inno. Why was somebody taken down for the player coming up from above? Slowly should have got the trade right there. Rate's going to find Danking. That is a Scout taken out of the equation. Rate looking for more, but Tamir is going to deny him. Summer finds one, but this should be the call for the save. Still looking for more fights, but Annihilation. Tamir and Rate just completely mowing down, dismantling that inner bomb side defense. Now, that was kind of a semi-bonus round for TYLOO. They will still go for the buy, but it won't be ideal, Tinker.
I really feel like a lot of bonus rounds in Counter-Strike now, you go into the next, after losing a bonus round, you're actually left with so little cash. In the current economy system, you don't really get the old traditional bonus rounds. You definitely have a few weaknesses moving into this next round, so you can see immediately Summer, an attacker, onto UMP and an MP9. Oh, well, slowly gets aggressive, and that's a nice play. Just uses the smoke over the top, catches out Tamir, and a man advantage in play for the CT side.
This is ultra aggression. He saw them push towards Inno, slowly gets the kill on the bomb carrier that's Tamir dropped, and then have teammate aggression. Summer and Attacker with the MP7 and the UMP. That's actually smart, right? You have the UMPs to play up close. You can take the close range duels, but the remaining members of D13 slowly creeping the way towards Inno. Slowly. He hasn't really called for backup yet. He's got Danking, just making sure no one's going to be coming from beneath. Now, at what point is somebody going to be pushing up is the question. Flashbang. So slowly just gets completely ripped apart. The Danking takes a sweet time and a little too slow on the trigger. That's a call for the save right there. Dinko. Nice little explode play coming out. Somebody still wants to do something though. He's going to find one. Spots out score, but score quick on the trigger. And with that, that should be round number 2 for D13. They're nice couple of rounds back to back. They lose the first man. Good reaction there. And again, just some of these entries coming out from the place of D13 looking very, very solid indeed.
It's a good early sign that we will be seeing D13 do some damage, I think, to these TYLOO players on an individual level, right? Because we know that D13, that's not what they lack. What they lack, perhaps, is some tactical prowess. Oh, attacker might get upgrade here, which the final second then picks it up. So as not to pull a player into the open. Now, 2-2, it is going to be evened up. On to take a look at what they've got left over in the bank. It's not going to be a whole lot. They do have a tacker on an AK-47, so that is at least something to play with moving forward here. For D13, the all-out for Annihilation, the AK-47's around. And while we've seen what Annihilation can do yesterday, I want to see him, especially in this kind of round, you know, up against the pistols, should be very easy pickings for him. He realizes he doesn't want to be overwhelmed, so he goes back and plays more passively off the spawn, just holding for the Ivy aggression. And done a bit of a push. Going to continue to do so, but he's going to be shut down here. Score. Headshot. And now man advantage picked up for D13.
Yeah, this should be a pretty comfortable round. They are aware of, especially with that kill, I think it confirms it. With D13 that many players of TYLOO do not have anything apart from the pistols. But again, like you said, that rifle is going to be dangerous. Attack gets the kill. Gonna drop it down towards hell, but okay, Summer, nice reaction there. But the kill still going the way of TYLOO. Attacker picks up a double. He's looking for more, down to Annihilation and Raid. They still have a minute to work with, so time is still their friend, and Raid finding Summer is going to neutralize the advantage that TYLOO had for a few seconds. But they still need to find Attacker, and he is going to be pushing up with somebody and trying to at least get a trade going their way.
Well, we'll take down an option. I'm not from the robot on my end, but it is going to be Red. And he goes down as well, and it's going to be TYLOO with the 4K. Attacker, the only player who had an AK coming into this, the only weapon in play for TYLOO, and he comes into it with all the pressure on his shoulders. They had nothing but USPs around him, and Attacker shows what he can do. 4 kills collected, and a round picked up for TYLOO they should have lost. And now this really puts a spanner into the works when it comes to the economy of D13.
Well, let's see if this one does pan out, though. Like you said, that was a round that D13 had no business, and I mean no business winning at all. But somehow, ooh, Summer gets attacked with a smoke. He's gonna get the kill as well. Danking, meanwhile, finding Tamir. And all of a sudden, this should have been 3-2 for D13, but now they lost it round to the 1 AK-47 of attackers. It just goes to show individually how absolutely insane some of these players can be on the TYLOO side. And now this buy, not really kind of a forced buy. They are scraping the bottom of the barrel with this one. They lose 2 players already. That kill was fine, but the Summer kill through the smoke, that was slightly unreasonable. And Bates actually walked on out. What's a bomb site slowly? This could be big. This could be big. Is he going to check him? Yes, he's going to check him. He spots out slowly. He's going to creep out further. He's going to get the 1 kill, looking for the second, but he's going to turn around and get a trade is slowly, leaving it down to Mr. Captain's score right now. They need to make something happen here, but it's looking very, very rough indeed. Mr. Cap left alone. Tech9 is going to try and get the bomb done. He will. Tech9 comes out, finds one, looking for the second kill, but Summer will deny him, and with that, TYLOO 4 rounds. 4-2. String a couple together. A little bit of an expensive round, but D13 is going to be just the pistols. However, they still have to. Maybe go for an eco here.
Not gonna lie, no idea what you're saying right now. I don't see what's going on, but there we go. Maybe for TYLOO, they've got a double off set up in for Danking and somebody. AK-47 still in hands of Attacker. On D13, the money's gone. They're going to fire up the P250s, the Deagles in play. They've got a little bit of Kevlar in there, but for the most part, they're around all over. Should be finding themselves success in this one. A lot of utility, double off setup, no problem against the pistols. Well, at the moment, kindly by. It's going to be Danking, Attackers slowly taking the kill between them now. And the last 2 remaining players with just the pistols, P250 and an Eagle. And not really having too many issues cleaning this one up. TYLOO will pick up the round win, 5-2 on the board. And now an investment can come in from D13. They were mainly saving their money for this point. They were mainly trying to get the money in play. And they got plenty of utility, plenty of AK-47 usage in play now. And this should be around the D13 able to pick up.
Well, TYLOO, they do keep not just most of the guns alive, but they also, you know, they have all the utilities as well. They started to build up a bank as well, Dinko. This is slightly worrying for D13. After 1 or 2 rounds, all right, here we go. D13 going to be showing what they have here. They're going to probably string a few more rounds together. But it seems like Attacker getting that one round with the saved AK-47, winning the round pretty much single-handedly for TYLOO. It's kind of put a damper on the works. What is this from TYLOO, though? They seem to be playing retake towards Inner. I'm not a big fan of this.
Of attackers. It just goes to show individually how absolutely insane some of these players can be on the TYLOO side.
Yeah, they're playing in behind the smokes at the moment. There they go, the utility up from D13. They've got 1 player, so they're just kind of leaving slowly in to see how much damage he can do. And in fact, it's not going to be a single kill. Slowly just gets picked apart immediately. And now TYLOO, well, they're a man down. A retake with a double-up setup, it's not the setup you want to be going for.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think that is what I found very curious. Like, there was no one with the rifle playing up close. Now, Summer getting this kill might give them a chance. Danking, though, he makes it work. He finds Mr. Cap, and suddenly it's a 3v3. It's still doable. They're pushing on up. Danking, clearing out the close angles. Annihilation left alone. How did this all fall apart? Annihilation going for the spray, but it's going to be a little too high. How did they do that?
I really don't know. So TYLOO have, oh, okay, 1 player inside the bomb site, slowly the only player on the B site playing in front of the smokes. They have 1 AWPer back in the connector, so as the smoke comes in, he can't really get involved. Slowly goes down without a single kill. That should be enough for TYLOO to probably lose the round, especially with D13 assuming so much control inside of the B bomb site immediately. But TYLOO, they just, instead of saving, they go, no, and they just decide to retake the B bomb site. The fuse comes in from Attacker for the smoke, they get the frags, and that's all that matters. I guess the TYLOO craziness pays off, and they're just so individually gifted they can pull that kind of stuff off, and that's going to be hard. That's one of those rounds where you feel like you've got it in the bag.
And I do believe it's a 4v5, right? TYLOO lost the member first, and somehow won it around. Just goes to show the members in this team. And again, like, he hasn't really, I mean, he's been doing his job, he's got a feel here and there, but everyone else, somebody slowly, Attacker, everyone is stepping up at the moment. But here we go. On the buy coming in at D13. I really don't want to go that step again where they have just the you know, Danking playing all the way towards connected, and as I say that, Deflection finding slowly, that's a big pick indeed. Slowly was a little too late there. And with him getting taken down, that's again early man advantage. However, Attacker pushing on up. He's aware what the score is. He's gonna the player out, goes to the spray, finds one, won't get the second kill. It's Mr. Cap with a quick trade, but still a 3v3.
Three v2 in total now. TYLOO with a deficit. It's going to be just Danking. He'll run back to spawn, and where can he go for this? He's going to have to find himself some great shots to pull his chance into this round. 50 seconds in play. Danking walks forward. Bomb planted. Moving forward. Danking looking for the shot as Rick crosses back into cover. Shots come down into Danking's position, but he's going to walk forward now, looking for the shot. But Tama, he's going to find himself the kill onto Danking. And now it's 6-3. D13, I mean, they've competed in these couple of rounds. You know, they have been able to show up in a few of them individually. It's just finding the success or consecutive success is the issue, really. You need to be able to find them in a row. And TYLOO have been pretty good at sort of suffocating any potential momentum that might be built up. So immediately after a round is lost, TYLOO come back in, they apply the pressure to win the round, and D13's money never really gets to grow. But the loss bonus, along with a round win there, has given them a little bit of extra cash to work with. So it's still not looking brilliant for D13, I have to say. So they are definitely fighting an uphill battle.
They certainly are. And for TYLOO, I feel like a little bit of these, some of the aggression, I'm not necessarily a massive fan of. I get why you want to aggress when you do have the inferior weaponry, or maybe you're trying to be cheeky on a force fire or something. But when you have this dual op setup, right, I think just a standard hold can work out. They know how to retake. They do have a very solid CD side generally. And I don't think it's necessary. Like I like aggression, but it should be on and off, and it shouldn't be like what slowly just all along. They were very lucky that D13 just didn't go for an fast in a hit. That round just done. They'd have to go save. So I like them to play a little bit more traditionally and slowly playing alone. We have Danking kind of towards Z. You know, somebody just being the ogre towards Ivy. I guess that's an apt word to use for somebody. But yeah, anyway, they will still keep the two AWPs though. The money, however, finally kind of in the bin. They don't win this, they will have to go just to the pistols.
I think it's actually a statement can apply to both teams in terms of the economy, right? Because you take a look at what both rosters have, it's not good at all. So we're looking at one of these swing rounds for the next couple of rounds. So whoever wins this, it decides to light it for the next couple of rounds after this. Just under a minute in play now. Still no one to fall. TYLOO continue with a double op setup of somebody and Dan King. Somebody gets so much info from his aggressive play style over towards Ivy that there's no one there. So this can better hold the B bomb site. You look at the three players you've got in here. Summer playing in front of the smoke, so slowly you've got the secondary op back here in the form of Dan King. So this is certainly looking good. When D13 finally hitting towards this B bomb site, I've got so many players to deal with. The Rit is going to find Summer. Dan King finally taking the shot, but Rit gets a double. He removes both of the players who were playing in front of the smokes, and that immediately throws a spanner into the works here for TYLOO. But Score, he's going to find one and a second as well. They're just spraying them all down, and it's just somebody. A 1 versus 4, one that he just cannot win.
Yeah, I feel like Dan King could potentially just take, and I know he's waiting for the player to show himself, but I feel like at that scenario, he needed to just take a couple of pot shots, just try his luck. Because he got 2 kills, score aggression. That's the thing with the Z13 team. You give them that space to work with, to push in deep inside a B bomb site, they are going to abuse you. These players like Raid, Score, Annihilation, even for that matter, even Tamir has been having a pretty decent time so far on his map, on his mat. Are definitely going to try and make things quite miserable. So there you have it, D13. Round number 4.
I think TYLOO realized that as well, though. I think they've realized, okay, well, if we completely give up most of the B bomb site, then we're going to have a lot of issues. Because you can see the setup they had were 2 players in front of the smokes. It was just not very good. I mean, we had 1 player down behind the spools, not looking upper. I think they were all relying on Dan King, and I'm not quite sure as to why there was no one. Well, that player on top of the white train was playing there, you know, because there is a smoke down on Heaven, yes, but we've seen there was a gap or something, because I mean, it had to be. Rit just takes 2 players through the smoke as he just walks through the edge. Something was not going right there for TYLOO. Setup could have been better, could have delivered. Summer.
I want to see this deliver. Are we going to see it, Dinka? We saw, was it Annihilation who got the 1v4 against Lucid Dream yesterday?
It was not Annihilation, it was Flying from Invictus.
Flying. Oh, yeah. He gets a kill with the Zeus and then proceeds to clutch the 1v4. What an absolutely ludicrous round that was a nuke. I want to see that happen here. And by the looks of it, they are going to be dropping on down. Now, of course, the flashes will be popping. And he might be completely blinded. But I like how his crosshair played in smack in the middle. Oh no. You should have left click, Dinko. You should have left click.
Well, somebody is going to find 1 kill back at least. He's still inside the site. He is the only player with a good gun in play right now for the CT side, and might quickly be the only player alive on the CT side. He's going to go back towards B, shuts down Annihilation, goes back for a 3rd kill, and now 1 versus 2. Somebody can win this kind of round, and well, he spots Rit. Oh no, he misses the shot. How? It's a bit of a sitter there for somebody, and he's blinded. Rit is dancing with death, but luckily, he's a good dancer. And now they're sitting back on the bomb site. Rit just playing default. There was an opportunity that somebody would have pulled it into the 1 versus 1. I think now with the time ticking, no position control from him, he's got to fall back. But a really nice try from somebody. There is a world in which he wins that round. Just unfortunate that he can't get that 1 kill onto Rit. Another 4th kill picked up. Somebody's just killing everyone. It's making it expensive for the T side at least. With this bomb plant in the round win, that's going to bolster their economy massively. Now 6-5. Somebody at least getting to save that AWP. It's just so unfortunate he doesn't actually get that shot. Definitely could have seen him winning that.
Oh yeah, like, and it's kind of ironic, right? The one shot where he had all the time in the world to line it up, and he doesn't. He misses it, and he hits all the hard ones. But a valiant attempt though, coming in from somebody, makes it expensive, even though they lose around. But TYLOO are very hit or miss on train. Like I said, you know, they can be really good, or they can, like the way they dismantle Ricci, or they can potentially, you know, just fall apart. So see what happens here. Somebody versus Annihilation. It's going to be somebody instead of Danking who's going to be wielding the big green. That's surprising. You know, when you have someone like Danking, you would expect him to wield it, but it looks like Danking opting to switch to the M4, maybe allowing him to be a bit more mobile, because the inner bomb side has been a problem so far for TYLOO.
It really has, and I think that's continued not just today, but against Invictus. Another lineup of two players slowly taking down Rit and Score. Dan King stepping in with the M4A1S. It's Tamir and Annihilation to see if they can do anything in this 2 versus 4. TYLOO shutting it down this time. D13, the flash goes up. Tamir goes to the bottom of the ramp, but not through the smoke. He's hoping he can spot a leg or something to at least give a chance in this round, but TYLOO not giving them anything, not giving them a slight chance up until this point. Dan King does get caught by Tamir. Plays that one quite well, making his way towards the bomb site. Annihilation will get a bomb plant, securing extra money now for the T side as well, moving forward, but Annihilation wants to win the round. He looks towards Heaven, misses the shot, very difficult one to be fair to him. Another opportunity onto somebody, but this round is done. Somebody has the high ground, and the shot goes off as well. It's a 7th round for TYLOO, but a round that definitely could have been much cleaner there. They could have cleaned it up, but a nice little couple of kills coming in from D13 and a bomb plant. That's the best case scenario in that situation.
I feel like if you look at D13, the number of, again, it was mostly the CT side, but still, apart from that, the number of big rounds that the players on the side individually had. Like, we saw Raid with an ace, we saw Annihilation with an ace, and multiple, you know, 3K, 4K rounds coming in from a number of these players. I think they were also allowed to have those rounds because they were playing against Lucid Dream, who were a little too loosey-goosey for my liking. TYLOO's different. TYLOO's very, very different. If you're going to be in 1v3, they're barely going to give you a chance. And more likely than not, they probably have aim as good, if not better than you do. So this is a whole different ballgame for D13. And I say all of this, despite the fact that D13 managed to beat TYLOO in the previous time they faced off against each other in the previous RMR. But I'm going to reiterate the fact that this is a different TYLOO. This is a TYLOO who've had some time to work together. Summer. Oh, this is cheeky. This is cheeky. He spots the second. You spotted a second. Summer. What are you doing? Slowly replies back quickly, though. And Danking aware there's someone nearby in the smoke. The 3v3 bomb yet to be planted. And we see a flank coming in from all 1.6. We have Attacker slowly pushing on up. He's going to clear hell. It's all about timing here, Dinko. And I think Attacker is a push ahead, and he's going to get taken down. Tamir, unfortunate for Attacker, but now Danking, he's aware of Tamir's location.
Well, slowly coming around the back of all bomb. Dan King catches the player in the middle of the bomb site. Annihilation going down, and now Dan King strike to the action. Nearly has an opportunity, but not able to take it, and slowly has the 1v2 in total. First kill collected, but still one more. Stands between him and the round win. Smoke onto the bomb, Molotov towards Pop Dog, and now slowly runs onto the bomb site. Taps it, pulls him into the open, goes back, and there should just be a few seconds on this. He should have enough time. And there we go. Slowly able to win it. TYLOO with an 8th round on the board. Slowly pulling off the 1 versus 2 clutch.
I hate to nitpick, but the moment that Danking spotted the player right at old 1.6, old bomb train, he should not have taken the fight. He slowly was sneaking in from behind. That would have been a free kill. Okay, Summer was blinded. That's why I didn't spot the player there. But yeah, these are the small little things which I hope some of the players in TYLOO, they don't continue doing this, right? Like, that would have easily been a 2v1, which would have been such an easier round to win. They would have saved 2 rifles as well heading to this round. Instead, he goes to the repeak, gets taken down, slowly manages to clutch out a 1v2, but it could have been easier, is what I'm trying to say. We do see attack timeout getting called. The second one, I do believe, getting called here by D13. But TYLOO, 8-5. I kind of feel like, Dingo, that both the teams are going to be pretty happy with the scoreline so far.
Yeah, I think it could have been... It's kind of weird to say this, but it could have been worse for both teams. You know, D13 have had opportunities to win rounds. they didn't, and also TYLOO have been a little scrappy at times. 8-5, it's a good middle ground. I think 5 rounds on the board T side, it's not enough probably just yet. I think I'd like at least one more here to be comfortable if you're D13. You have a couple of opportunities to get that. Perhaps not in this round though, just pistols.
Do have the AK in the hands of Raid. This is what I mean, like slowly. Okay, much better though. Attackers there to back him up. Mr. Cap. Go for the knife. Oh! Oh! That looked a little too scary. And Raid coming in from behind. Suddenly, Dinko. This is looking very likely, but the bomb is dropped. But at least they have the weaponry to work with. They have something to like try and wrest the C4 from the control of the CTs. The problem is all 3 CTs are here. We have Slowly, we have Danking, we have Attacker. The boost.
Okay, the boost comes out, but the shot is there, and it's not going to be enough damage though to take down Rit. The wall actually protects him.
Use the Molotov.
Slowly has a good angle. Mr. Cap needs to be careful. Flash comes in, but it's not good enough. A little too deep, and Slowly getting a double kill. Danking seals the deal. 9-5. That's the round, Tyler, we're hoping for.
The thing is, I get that they didn't want to give away their positions, but I think the moment Danking or I think Attacker got spotted out, they had 2 smokes, a Molotov, a couple of handful of flashbangs. They could have made life a little bit more harder for D13, if you ask me. They could use the utility and made it much more, well, easy. It was still easy. They still didn't lose a single player, but anyway, that's just me nitpicking Dinko. I have my history with TYLOO. They've done things to my mind and to my emotions, so I think I'm allowed to, like, you know, be a little critical of these guys. Great pushing on up. Tamir finding the second kill as well. Attacker replies back. 4v3, but it's all a ruse. Bomb's gonna be planted. The nice little nifty fake coming in from D13 in the final round of this first half.
Yeah, good job. Now they need to just hold on and not get the retake going here for TYLOO. They've pulled off some stupid retakes so far. Danking going forward with a deagle in his hands. Mr. Cap needs to be careful all the time. He's going to peek at the right time. Spots Danking down in towards Oil Train. Mr. Cap's going to start to spray away. A second kill picked up for him, and now somebody, the last remaining player. This round just unwinnable. Surely a score gets rid of him. 9-6. Pretty good half from both teams.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a standard half now for Train. It's got much more T-sided than it was, you know, a year and a half ago. Obviously, one of the biggest reasons that, you know, Train became more T-sided was the Creek. But even despite the Creek getting nerfed into Oblivion, I feel like teams have kind of figured out how to play the T-side much better. And a 9-6 scoreline, I don't think is going to surprise anyone. I think both the teams have a very good chance of taking this map. D13 especially, if they win the pistols, if they win it clean, they survive 2 anti-ecos, they're in a very good chance to get to double digits before TYLOO does. But that's all ifs and buts, Dinko. Now it's going to be TYLOO on the attacking side, where, I'll be honest, I like TYLOO's T side. I feel like they are kind of the agents of chaos, right? They just thrive in these scenarios where they kind of take the fight to their opponents. As Mr. Cap, his shoulder blade gets spotted out. Rather, his clavicle, and he will be forced on back. He's got a smoke to delay them for a couple of seconds, or a few seconds at very least. But with that, every bit of utility that the CTs have has been expended. They still have the kit for Mr. Cap, but apart from that, nothing else. And for TYLOO, 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a flashbang, nothing has been used yet.
Still so much time to play with at this point. TYLOO certainly leaning in towards there at the moment. Utility's going to go up, and now Score is going to see it coming through alongside Annihilation, who's going to walk in front of the smoke. He actually body blocks it slightly, but it still covers off his vision. But Score takes the first kill. Annihilation just so confident to take the fights in front of the smokes, and that's going to give the advantage on over to D13. But Attacker and Slowly, they're having fun. They're pulling the kills back, and now Tamir comes around the backside, but somehow he still goes down to Slowly. Attacker with a headshot as well on towards Rit, and now it's Mr. Cap all alone in the world, and Dan King comes in to clean them up. 10-6 on the board. TYLOO will win the pistol going into the second half, and that pistol started off pretty well for D13.
Yeah, was that Slowly who turned around and got the kill. That shouldn't have happened. That should have been a free kill for D13. They could potentially have closed that one out, but TYLOO just, well, this is superior aim, I guess. They're just like steamrolling all over the outer yard, coming close, and yeah, despite a good start for D13, not quite good enough. The Force going to be coming in. Annihilation score with the dual scouts. You have the Deagles and the CZ as well in the hands of Tamir. Okay, bit of utility. 3 smokes, nade, flash. Not a single kit being purchased. And TYLOO not wasting any time. All heading in towards inner. I'm not necessarily always a big fan of the inner hit when it comes to you know, when you have to play the anti-eco. But hey, I mean, you have someone with a Mac 10. Maybe he's going to try something here. One smoke's been used up by Raid, sitting in front of it. But fortunately for TYLOO, they still have extra utility, so they can easily redeploy the utility and try and take, you know, whichever side they want.
Looking for the drop down in towards Pop. Taking good bit of control early on here, TYLOO. Somebody's going to come back up to the brown holes, but Rit, well, the smoke is there. Cheeky plays to sit on the bottom of the smoke, let them run past you, but doesn't feel comfortable doing that against TYLOO players. Instead, holds back. We'll wait for the smoke before they run in towards the bomb site. Smoke goes down. That's the bomb. And well, Rit with a kill, but it's not going to be enough as somebody is able to trade on back. And now TYLOO assume control of the B bomb site, continuing to get deeper into the site itself. And somebody around the corner, just on the other edge of this smoke, it's Mr. Cap. And well, there's the first opportunity, but Mr. Cap, he's lucky his teammate distracted away from his position. He'll now get a kill. Well, he's got a scout recovered off the battlefield, but shot comes in from attacker. How quick is he? And now 10-6. It's going to quickly be made 11 for TYLOO. Mr. Cap just trying to get away with his Kevlar. He has still got that deal, of course, as well. But shots just keep on raining through, and there it is. Slowly with the spam. Through the smoke, gets rid of Mr. Cap. And it's 11-6 on the board for TYLOO.
11-6, and should be 12-6 on this D13's USPs are, you know, are insane. And as insane as they are, I don't think that's going to happen. Double backlinks coming out, Danking and somebody looking to farm a little bit of extra cash. They want to win this one a little bit more flawlessly. A bit of damage being done. They do lose the one SMG and a rifle. But yeah, for TYLOO, the fact they would at least win the round, I think they're going to be very happy with it. Those of you, again, tuning in, probably wondering, you know, what the maps are. This is the map pick coming in from D13 on Train, a map where they look very, very good on, especially yesterday against Lucid Dream. The Vertigo pick from... Vertigo pick coming in from TYLOO. That's the interesting one thing. I know they can look very, very good. Amir, right? That's a kind of little too much, I feel like. So it should be an easy round here for TYLOO. But yeah, the Vertigo pick, it's interesting. Like we know D13 really don't play it, but you know, like I think Mitch mentioned that they have played it in the past, so they do know what to do in the map. I'm sure, like, it's been a while since it's not even the perma ban. It means that they have an inkling of how to handle the particular map. But I don't think it's going to be good enough against TYLOO. TYLOO smashed Invictus and Vici on Vertigo very recently. And that too, it wasn't the pick from TYLOO. It was their pick, their opponent's pick. So I worry for D13 here. I said it's going to be a comparatively close series, but if they lose this map, I feel like it's going to be a 2-0 for TYLOO.
I think it all depended on what way TYLOO show up in this first map, because they did look looked hot out of the gate on Train the other day against Invictus, but they kind of fell flat towards the later stages. We did see them starting to crumble a little bit. It was mainly on the CT side that they didn't look strong. The T sides, though, have always been pretty solid. So as soon as they did it, they put up a good enough showing on the CT side. I was quietly confident in them moving into this next one. And now Rit sitting back just in front of that connector. Oh, missed shot. That might just cost him, because now TYLOO can just run down in towards the B bomb site. An attacker today, he's looking so crisp.
I think based on some of the recent games that TYLOO have had, when I say recent, the past couple of months, the one player who a few people have pointed fingers at has been Attacker. Everyone's like, yeah, you have somebody, you have Danking coming in, and they're like, what's Attacker even doing in his lineup? He's not really up to scratch, but I feel like he's really definitely one of the most dangerous players that TYLOO have, and he does live up to his name. And we see Danking trying to be cheeky, and he will be caught out by Score saving his teammate there. So yeah, they do save the rifle, Stinker, but they need to win some rounds. TYLOO's going to get a round number 13. And TYLOO are a team who do actually seem to look better on the T side. So that is something that's going to be a worrying factor for the Mongolian side. I just want to take it back to something I think Jason mentioned earlier before this game started, where he was like, you know, D13, they're there. They seem to be better than Marzalai. Seem to lack experience. I kind of want to see, I know it's not going to happen at least anytime soon. I want to see, like, Annihilation raid Score with Dobu and Urkas calling. How's that for a team, Dinko?
Now that would be some crazy team. Like that would have so much skill, and honestly, that's a team that would be a risk to a lot of the better teams in this region. So I'd be interested in seeing that.
Maybe get NCL to coach, perhaps. You know, he's more than capable to be a player as well. But you know, give the youngsters an opportunity, give way for the youth, and then of course we have Urkas, not probably the best Mongolian player. As the in-game leader, all the experience, I would love to see that team. I feel like they could definitely, you know, kind of take the crown of the Mongols. It's been a while since I've seen them ride.
I might even be able to compete internationally as well. That we could have some great teams. But also going down, that's actually going to slow things and can splinter the approach. Now they've kind of funneled to go out long. Up towards Heaven, well, slowly, he's going to go down after one quick shot. And Annihilation's having a great time towards the back of this bomb site. That's 2 picked up. He'll go back a 3rd kill as well. This is huge from Annihilation, and the bomb sits right in front of his eyes. But he's going to miss that shot. Dan King, quicker on the trigger. Takes his head right off, but finding any more than this is still going to be very difficult for Dan King. There's just too many players to look at. Another round collected here for D13.
On the round, big round from Annihilation as well. Individually, no one's really struggling, so to speak. If you look at both sides, obviously TYLOO, you know, considering they're 13-7 up, they would have the better kills, the better tally. But if you look at D13, they're also fragging every one of them. You know, Tamir, especially having a great game, is usually Score right on top, followed by Annihilation and Raid. But Tamir has been pretty good so far. So it's not like they're really struggling. It's just that they need to start netting a few rounds here. Well, at least get the one going their way. However, money is still a little bit of a problem. Well, money is a problem for both the teams. It's going to be one of those classic pivot rounds, so to speak. If D13 win this, they can potentially get to double digits, or at least around number 9 comparatively more comfortably. If TYLOO win this round, I'm going to be very worried for D13. That could potentially be the map point. Oh, what was that from somebody? That is just pure absolute filth, and he's going to run around through the flames, because of course he is. It is somebody after all. Oh, that spray transfer was absolutely disgusting.
Well, that's the kind of stuff that TYLOO can pull off, right? They just have this crazy mechanical skill. And somebody definitely displays it more often than not. That's huge. Rick gone, he'll be wondering how the hell that even happened. And now the push out in towards Ivy. It's slowly the front man, and one waiting for him is Mr. Cap. He will find one. He is traded back as someone is able to do some work. Annihilation, he's really coming into his own in these last couple of rounds. He's having an absolute blinder. What is going on? Annihilation is just so sick on the AWP. He's so quick. You know, Blinky missed about 5 kills from him. That's incredible.
Like, he's just like shooting. He's not like giving any. Look at the third shot. Look at the second and third. The second was sick as well. This is fast, but the third one. First, he's just shooting. He's just shooting randomly. Spots this guy. 360? No, he turns back. Oh,
that's nuts. That really is something, isn't it? Well,
there we go.
I think
this
is definitely going to be one of the revelations of this tournament. If Annihilation can keep this up again, he's showing the raw talent right now and a raw ability. So, well, that's one of the most exciting things about this tournament for me. D13 have a couple of prospects in this roster.
Well, don't forget Score as well, man. Like, this kid can do everything by the looks of it, and he has been the top fragger in almost every game that D13 have won. he's not as flashy as Annihilation. Annihilation is just like one of those players that you look at him, you're like, oh, like this guy's like a.
You remember Annihilation Flick?
True, it's actually true. Remember all these plays from Annihilation, and you don't talk anything about Score, but then you're like, wait, Score's the highest rated player in this team, and slowly just running out, holding W, and Mr. Cap, he gets Glock Dinko, and then Score finally shuts him down with a USP, but he's gonna have to fall on back. Attacker taking the fight. Score's gonna do the smart thing, and backup has arrived, and Summer is gonna be left alone in a 1v3, the triangle of doom. Nothing he can do there. They get a couple of kills considering the bare minimal investment they had there. Anyway, okay, we definitely have a game in our hands. I'm happy. Also, I just want to point out somebody in the round prior. He gets the kill. 6 spray transfer, 5v4, man advantage. You know what a second player is. Molotov right in front of you. What do? Any other professional player? Well, this is where I fall back. This is where I just hold towards brown halls, convey the information, we team up together, we storm the site. Nope. Somebody's just gonna, he just takes his brain out, tosses it out. His like instincts come to play like an animal, and he just like hold W and runs into the flames. Absolute insanity. But then that's also why we love and hate watching somebody play.
Well, Tamir getting a bit of aggression going. Down towards T-Con. Somewhere around the corner here. Now TYLOO have the rifles out again. This is where I'm most interested to see if D13 can pull it off again. They get beat down this buy of TYLOO, then we really do have a chance for D13 to get back into things here on Train. We have discussed already the fact that, well, if they lose this one, we're starting to probably look at them falling out, because up next, Vertigo, it's certainly a punish pick. I don't see a way in which, well, we haven't seen it in the Asian region yet, but I don't see a way in which a team that maybe haven't practiced it as much. Mitch did allude to the fact that they had played it back in the minor qualifiers, but that's such a long time ago. So this is almost a must-win for D13, and while they are coming alive in the late stages of Train, fighting back in TYLOO, well, congregating outside of the B bomb site.
Well, hit towards in. With 3 players already on the side. Nice flashbang. We're finding a player now. I do believe. Oh, Summer. I'm sure Raid heard him running up. Go for the save. Go for the save. The money's not good enough. The money is 100% not good enough. This is where he fall on back. But I don't even know where the bomb is. Bomb's going to get planted towards outer. Score ready. That was an insane rotate coming up from TYLOO. Incredible calling their mid-round call. I felt like they wanted to go for the commit, and then they decided to like late head out towards outer bomb site. This is where you fall back. This is where D13, it's fine. You fall back, lick your wounds, and play the next round with the guns that you have. It's not worth it. 2 ops, no utility. I mean, they have a flashbang, a couple of flashes, that's about it. Instead, they're going to come pushing in, but Annihilation with the AWP. Ninko, I don't think it's going to be good enough. Score is going to be left alone. And it is going to be the round for TYLOO. I wish they had saved that round.
Would have certainly helped to move forward, and well, if we take a look at what the economy is looking like, I mean, they will be able to buy up in terms of getting most of the players on good rifles here for D13. You see how much money Annihilation has coming into this one. Some leftover cash on Rate and Score as well. Not done yet for D13, but we are starting to get to the point now, Blair, where if they lose their money in this front, then we're looking at 15 for TYLOO. We're no real way back into this, unfortunately, for D13. So important times ahead. It almost feels like this is the last legs, the final stand. Oh, attacker's so quick to get into this position as well. Unfortunately, or fortunately, if you're looking through the eyes of D13, he is unable to pick it up. I like that Tamir's just gone back in though. I like that he's just taking the control back alongside Score. Red is getting aggressive up towards B. Molotov back into the bomb site. TYLOO is still with so many options available to them, having 2 players outside of Ivy, a couple in the brown halls. Bomb is going back over towards B though.
Somebody getting spotted out. The Thing is, I think D13 are aware that it's probably somebody, and usually when you just face off against one player on an extremity of the map, it's usually somebody, and he's usually far, far away from where the rest of the action is. So you can see there's not really been too much of a investment in the number of men on this inner bomb side. But Annihilation's there, score waiting patiently towards Pop Dog, and a hit is going to be coming in the rotation. Should be coming in soon as well, but they're going to be going for the dry peak. I'm not a big fan of this, Denko. Oh, look at the damage. He doesn't get a kill, though. What? But they can get annihilated by Raid. But Annihilation just finds one. That he should have done that, Denko. He should have just held a more safer angle. Instead, he was out in the open. Immediately gets deleted. That's going to be it. It's going to be map point for TYLOO. So unfortunate not to get a collateral kill or something. Just does damage. Oh, that's got to suck.
Map point on train. D13 have competed in a good few rounds, but for the most part, I think we are seeing the class of TYLOO just sort of carrying them over the line here. Score it further down towards the bottom of the stairs. He's going to peek into the open, catches slowly. Might be able to get away from this. Somebody not really going after him at the moment. Just going to stay up here on 17 HP. Very unlikely he was to survive that. So 15-9. They do have 2 rifles coming into this one. And, well, of course, the force bar on the rest. Over here for TYLOO. Again, everything you could possibly want. It's looking good that we're going to Vertigo with TYLOO having a map under their belt.
Oh. It's still doable, Dink. I mean, like CD side train, right? Like how many games have we witnessed where a team's down like, I don't know, 6-15 or 7-15 and still manage to grind it back to overtime? It is doable, but this round in particular, if they can survive this round and then start to build up an economy and win the round and not lose too many members, there's still a chance. I still can believe.
And you say you're a negative person, Blair.
I am. But yeah, this seems a little too far gone. But I still want to believe. There we go. Yeah, there we go. 1 kill.
Right, first step in the right direction. Yeah, there we go. Man advantage in play for D13. Mr. Cap just off towards Ivy. He's kind of locking them out right now. They want to take a fight with him. Flashbang comes around. They're playing with confidence. Will it be Dan King's kill? Smoke goes down and covers them off though, and that will slow things. I think it's one of the times where we have seen TYLOO cover this heavy Ivy aggression. Mr. Cap is going to be under a lot of pressure as TYLOO look to try and come through the smoke here. As soon as it starts to fit, he's going to have 3 players. He finds 1, but it's never going to be more than that. He does go down to Dan King, and now a man advantage in play for D13 still. And slowly he's going to change that. Good kill coming through, now looks down in towards Connector. And what's the site player that he wants to remove? Hasn't been given the prime opportunity just yet, and instead is swung from the side of the site. And now it's Summer and Dan King, who are the last 2 remaining players. And well, they've got to do a lot of work, and Annihilation on the Deagle gets it done. It's all onto Dan King. He's 11 HP, and he's going to go down as well, Blair. First step in the right direction indeed. The force buy around the 2M4 saved over pays off for D13. And well, TYLOO's money is not really in a good position either. There is an opportunity here to recover that economy for D13.
5 more rounds. 5 more rounds to go. And they have the better weaponry as well to work with. They've kind of, well, not really broken the money. Probably do have a little bit of an investment into this round with the Deagles and somebody especially buying up the Galil and the Kevlar. Just trying to equalize the money out. But yeah, just a few rounds here and there, and that should be it. A rifle drop though towards Pop Dog. Now there is core nearby to ensure the rifle doesn't get picked up, but they didn't need the rifles, Denko, because Slowly's found Raid. And that's 2 big scalps taken already. Annihilation, the score, and Mr. Cap, they have a lot of work to do once more.
Well, score with a nice double. Nade kill. Oh, sorry, Nade coming through. It's going to do a little bit of damage on towards score. Summer, oh, the Deagle. Not like this, surely, Blair. Not again. Oh no, it's just Annihilation, the last remaining player. How many teams have we seen with the Deagles close games like this? 16-10. TYLOO was saving their money for the next round, and they pull it off. And that is that's heartbreaking for D13. I feel like that was a must-win if they're going to be able to compete in this series. Now we move on to Vertigo. we gotta favor TYLOO. There's no way about it. We have to see TYLOO taking this 2-0 now.
I wanted to believe in D13 there for a moment. I really like the style, not the style of CS to play, but the players that they have. But Jason, Mitch, I don't know about you guys, but I think this was kind of expected, right?